What's up, YTPC? Happy Monday afternoon. Ziggy Num Num's checking in with you in my bitchin' little kitchen with a cup of coffee and my awesome new mug. I now own 2 proper coffee mugs. This is a gift of the lady. Yes. So, today I'd like to do something a little different. I have been burning through some tobacco lately, being diligent on trying to finish some things before I open anything new, and it just so happens I have 2 empty jars, which means those are 2 vacant spaces for something new. So, I'm gonna see if I can just open one, and we're gonna have ourselves a good old-fashioned coin toss to decide the winner. The candidates are, for a vapor, GLP's Fillmore, and for English, and a type of English I've been dying to try, Fusilier's Ration. So, let's get it going. Let's say, heads or tails. Let's do Fusilier's Ration as heads, Fillmore tails. Let's go. What did I say? I forgot. Fusilier. Uno momento. It's tails. Fillmore it is. I totally forgot what I said. So let's go. I've been trying lots of vapors the last couple of months. It was kind of uncharted territory for me. I'm a big fan of the Stuffin' Things channel. I watch Bradley's content quite often, and he was doing a an Elizabethan replacement, and he was talking about what he looks for in vapors, and he found several through GLPs that he thought would be a good replacement. Fillmore was one of them. It's not what he ultimately chose, but it had a good run. So, I've had it in my cellar for a while. I got it pretty well new. I usually put the date, if there's a date on the tin, I usually put the date that I receive it, but I didn't do that. But this is from March of last year, so it's almost a year old. So, let's do it. Get you some paper here. The finest tobaccos are brought together in careful balance to provide a smoking experience like no other. It is my sincere wish that you will derive as much pleasure from the smoking of this mixture as I have from its creation. GLPs. Alright. This smells good. Get some paper out. GLP's always has like this double flap thing going on over their tins. Okay, so we've got a broken flake. Oh boy, and is she moist. I was hoping this would be ready to smoke. Not so much. This is the most delicious smelling vapor I've encountered. Oh man, jammy, kind of earthy undertones. Some people have said like they smell tobacco so good that they want to eat it. This is maybe the first time I've truly experienced that. I've smelled some really good tobaccos, but oh, this smells so good. So usually what I do with broken flakes like this is I don't like the way they pack, so I'm probably going to lay this out, let it dry a bit, and I'm just going to rub it out, and then jar it up. So, with this being so moist, I think I'm going to smoke something else, and we'll continue with chat. Yo! So I've changed brands. I've loaded up a bowl of Good Morning, and this is Cassini Second. I've warmed up my coffee. I've topped it off with a bit of water. Just a good old classic Americano in the cup. And I've had a bit of, I guess you could say an epiphany. was going to dedicate a whole video to just this, but since my tin opening went so briefly, here we go. I've had a bit of an epiphany lately. As anyone that's been following me regularly at all probably knows that I'm not real happy with my job. And about a week ago, maybe a little less than a week ago, a switch just kind of flipped. I went into work. It was the morning. I was getting ready to write my prep list and just kind of organize my day, make my to-do list. And I wanted something playing in the background. I turned on YouTube, and I don't know if it was a suggestion because of all the Joe Rogan stuff I watch and listen to, but there was this video called The Optimistic Side of Nihilism. And I am kind of a notorious and perpetual yet functioning nihilist. I think we take ourselves a little too seriously as people, as a race, as a nation. Because we're all just going to die anyway. Which is odd because I'm a big fan of history and learning what people did generations before me, but I've never really felt that big sense of importance of like, oh, well, I need to do this so people remember me, or, you know, I've just I'm gonna die anyway. Religion's never clicked with me. My mom tried raising me in the church, but it just didn't make sense. So, for the most part, I've pretty much just lived my life like, we're just worm food anyway. I pay my bills, you know, I pay my rent. I buy things that, you know, make life a little more enjoyable. But in the end, I'm gonna die anyway. But I listened to this video while I was writing out my prep list, and it kind of said, yes, we are all just going to die. In the end, it's really not all that big a deal. But maybe while you're here, you should try enjoying things. Because you really are just going to die. You've got this now. Why not enjoy it? And that flipped a switch in me. That really helped change my outlook on work. I've let myself get into a major rut, occupationally, personally, on all sorts of levels, because I've just based pretty much everything I do around my work, and I've had no other goals. I used to have goals. I used to have visions for things, but somewhere along the line, after moving here and taking this job, I don't know if it's just the weight of the responsibility or what it was, but things outside of work no longer interested me because I felt I had to put so much time into work. I'm never going to have time for those things anyway. But like this little switch flipped of like, yeah, but do you not recall how many times you've talked to your cooks when they're asking you for advice and you talk about what you thought when you were younger? Time's going to pass and things are going to change. So suck it up and get ready for tomorrow, basically. That's kind of what I told myself. And overall, even during like tough situations, I've been in a mostly better mindset since then. But this wasn't spontaneous. This wasn't just one big out of nowhere thing. There were all sorts of little events and thoughts and conversations that led up to this happening. I keep finding myself, I've been meeting with local vendors, and some purveyors for my job have changed reps, so I've been meeting them and speaking with them and just talking about our future and stuff. And it always comes up of, they ask me about my current job, I tell them what's up. And they say, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, man, I want a barbecue shack. As humble as that is, that's what I want. And I keep saying that like it's so far away. Like it's just a dream. And then I realize you've wanted that for a few years and you've done nothing to prepare for it. So, to quote Woody Harrelson's character in Zombieland, it's time to nut up or shut up. I'm putting forward a savings plan, budgeting. I mean, it could be several years before I'm ready to take this anywhere near off the ground. But I just reminded myself that I need a goal to work towards, and I lost mine somewhere in like the last couple of years. And I think I've got it back. So with that, I'm trying to take a much more utilitarian approach to what I do. Practicality. I think about money I've spent and what I've spent it on and how temporary the satisfaction from that was. Like, I think, would you just rather not have this right now but then still have that money in the bank? I think, yeah, I kind of would, because this was very temporary satisfaction. So, part of that is I'm not allowing myself to expand my pipe collection any further, unless it's a sale or a trade. I should actually thin the herd a bit before I even think about like trading any others off. I'm not having like a crisis or anything. This is just like just trying to be a little more practical, you know. And now where the new obsession comes in is for me to work towards this plan. Yes, I need to save, but there's a bit that I will need to spend along the way in the conceptualization of my brand, if you will. So, I always say, God, I miss making barbecue. I miss baking barbecue because I can't even, like, it's such a bitch for me to even grill. And I stumbled along vertical smokers, and there's like enough space to stash one under my girlfriend's porch so I can just get one up there. There's space there to cook. Here I have a freaking alley and a stairwell. I have to go up and down, up and down. It's just no fun to do by myself. But when I have people around, you know, to either kind of help me keep an eye on things or just, I'm not going to spend 4 hours smoking racks of ribs for just myself. I did that a couple times and it just wasn't really worth the effort. But when other people are involved and there's, you know, just something going on, we can just make a little thing of it. Even if it's just her and her roommate, you know, it'll feel kind of more worth it. So I'm trying to find some ways of downsizing some possessions of mine, and looking forward to getting that smoker. And I'm just going to start obsessing over spice mixes and wood ratios and temperatures, and I'm ready to go down that rabbit hole again because I haven't been inspired to cook in a while, and that really sucks. That's really sucked. That's enough out of me for today. I've rambled on long enough. Today's my Friday. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. To all y'all going back to work today, best of luck. You only got a few hours to go, hopefully, if you're a 9-to-5er. And I think I'll come back to y'all as soon as that Fillmore's dry enough to smoke. And so, until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for commenting and subscribing and just being cool people. I appreciate it. Till next time, Zigging Num Nums, and y'all stay hungry.